Hello, Mrs. Jones. Would you please hold this while we talk? It's a tool we use in our business.
Sure, Kevin. This is interesting. Can't wait to hear what's next.
We have a thing that we call Silly Putty tickets. Remember Silly Putty? You can shape it, stretch it, and mold it. Well, we can shape and mold our tickets to your specific needs to help increase your sales.
Interesting start, Kevin. You've got my attention.
For instance, how many local salespeople do you have?
5.
How many key accounts does each salesperson have?
I'd say about 5 again.
What size is an important account?
An important account brings in about $50,000 to our business.
How important is new business to your salespeople?
Well, Kevin, as you might expect, new business is very important to me and therefore my salespeople.
Do you have a strict plan that is designed to get new business every month?
As I think about this question, really, Kevin, I don't.
It's always tough to get salespeople to focus on new business. By using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to focus and you can keep track. For example, the first step is to have each salesperson identify in writing to you which new prospects are key to them. That wouldn't be too difficult to do, would it?
No, that's not a problem.
Most of my clients have told me the key to building business from new prospects is for the salesperson to develop a good relationship with them, usually through constant contact. A lot of times, to build that relationship, salespeople will use an out-of-office activity like golf or lunches. Some of my clients have told me their problem with golf is that some people just may not be good golfers and it's almost more embarrassing to play than not. And it's pretty expensive. And when was the last time you had a memorable chicken sandwich at lunch? However, by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to build these relationships and focus on new business, and you can keep track. The salesperson calls a prospect who he has been working with for a little while. He says, "How about joining me for the next Kane County Cougars game next week? I've got the president's seats." This is not a situation of the salesperson just giving away the seats. It's the salesperson inviting the prospect to go with them. Now, the salesperson has a chance to do some real out-of-the-office bonding. Remember, he wants to develop a relationship through the constant contact. Giving the tickets away doesn't help build that relationship. How effective do you think 2 to 3 hours at one of our Kane County Cougars games would be for building a relationship?
This sounds like a great idea.
You're exactly right. Look at one of my clients who has enjoyed success with our tickets. What could be better when taking a prospect to a game is if you, as the president, or maybe your sales manager, could go also. Would you be willing to do that occasionally for the right accounts? Do you think it would be asking too much of your salespeople to spend just one evening a month with a key prospect at one of our games?
It seems quite reasonable for my salespeople to spend one evening a month at the ballpark.
Well, our season is about 6 months long. If each month each salesperson attended one of our games, this would bring 6 new prospects for each salesperson per season. Of those 6 prospects, how many do you think would end up as customers?
I would think at least 1, and maybe as high as 3.
If each salesperson converted just one prospect to become a new customer, which is at the very low end of your estimate, then that would be $50,000 for each salesperson. With 5 salespeople, that would total $250,000 in new business. Do you see how I arrived at this number?
Of course I do, Kevin. Math is a strong suit of mine.
You know, we've been talking about new business. We might also consider your existing clients. After all, your competitor may be out there trying to build those same relationships with your existing clients.
Well, that's certainly likely, Kevin.
Would it be asking too much to have your salespeople also spend just one evening a month with an existing client, as well as we discussed with a prospect? To give each salesperson one game a month to take out a prospect, you would need 5 games per month. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, Kevin, it does. And your point is?
Well, you would need the same amount for existing clients, an additional 5 games per month for a total of 10 games per month. Now let's talk about the perfect ticket package for this scenario. Based on what you've told me, here's what I'd suggest you do. Our best seating area in the club level. With these seats, here's what you get. A designated server that will take great care of your salespeople and their guests, bringing you food and drinks throughout the game, so you have no lines. Also, you have private restrooms, again for a better environment and no lines. An area that is climate controlled, therefore there's never a day that's too cold, too hot, or too wet for baseball. And of course you have padded seats. Who doesn't love this luxury? To have a planned, controlled event for each one of your salespeople to take just one key prospect once a month and one current client a month, you would need 10 games per month or 60 games during the season. The return on investment is substantial. If each salesperson brought in only one new piece of business because of this focus on new business, your sales would increase $250,000. Because you need 60 games, I recommend 4 full season tickets. That would have 21 games for employees or more customers. Your cost for 4 tickets is only $14,000. How happy do you think you'd be with those results by giving this plan a try? That decision would be worth at least $250,000 in new business, and let's say your salespeople were able to attract 2 of their 6 prospects. This increases the new business to $500,000. I can get this order in today and reserve you some prime seats. Would you prefer the account in your name or the company's name?
Well, Kevin, none of my clients are baseball fans. Let me talk to a few and see if they'd even be interested.
How do you mean?
I wouldn't want to invest in these tickets if current clients aren't interested, and I would think this would also mean that prospects wouldn't be interested either.
Of course, it makes sense to think about your clients. Let's really think about this, though. This program really is designed to get new business. You said earlier that our games would be an effective place to build relationships, right? Well, prospects might not be the fans of our team, but most like to see the biggest stars of the league at some of our biggest and best sold-out games. This works for getting new business, and it will work for most of your clients, existing and new. I can take your order right now and get this new business program going.
Let's give it a try. Depending on the outcome, I may or may not renew next year.
Fantastic decision, Mrs. Jones. I'm really looking forward to partnering together, and I'm confident you will be renewing.